Have you ever wondered why we still talk about a hero from ancient Greece thousands of years later? Today, I'm going to tell you the incredible true story of Hercules, the greatest hero of Greek mythology. And trust me, what Disney showed you doesn't even scratch the surface of this epic tale. It all begins with a love affair. Zeus, king of the gods, couldn't resist the beauty of a mortal woman named Alcmene. Their passion resulted in a baby boy, but there was one major problem: Zeus's wife Hera. She was furious about her husband's infidelity, and this rage would shape Hercules' entire life. While still in his crib, Hera sent 2 deadly serpents to kill the infant. But what happened next shocked everyone. The baby Hercules grabbed the snakes with his tiny hands and strangled them to death. This extraordinary display of strength was just the beginning of his legendary power. Growing up, Hercules became known for his incredible abilities. He could lift boulders that 20 men couldn't budge. He could outrun horses and wrestle lions. But here's what most people don't realize about Hercules: his greatest strength wasn't physical at all. It was his resilience in the face of tragedy. You see, Hercules married a princess named Megara and had children with her. They lived happily until Hera struck again. The goddess drove Hercules temporarily insane, and in his madness he did the unthinkable. He murdered his own wife and children. When he regained his sanity and realized what he'd done, his grief was unbearable. How could anyone possibly come back from such a devastating loss? The answer came from the oracle at Delphi, who told him there was a path to redemption. He must serve King Eurystheus for 12 years and complete any task assigned to him. These became the famous 12 labors of Hercules. But here's the twist: King Eurystheus, with Hera's influence, designed these tasks to be impossible. They weren't meant as a path to redemption, but as a death sentence. The first labor? Killing the Nemeid, whose golden fur was impenetrable to any weapon. When Hercules discovered his arrows bounced off the beast, he strangled it with his bare hands and used its own claws to skin it, creating his iconic lion's skin cloak. For his second labor, he faced the Hydra, a serpent with 9 heads. Every time he cut off one head, 2 more grew back. Just when you think he's doomed, Hercules improvised a brilliant solution. He had his nephew cauterize each neck with a burning torch after he cut the head, preventing new ones from growing. But King Eurystheus wasn't playing fair. When Hercules completed the labor of cleaning the Augean stables, redirecting 2 rivers to wash away decades of animal waste, the king refused to count it because Hercules had accepted payment for the job. What's fascinating is how each of these labors tested not just Hercules' strength, but his intelligence, courage, and perseverance. Take the golden apples of the Hesperides. Hercules couldn't find the garden, so he bargained with Atlas to retrieve them while he temporarily held up the sky. When Atlas tried to trick him into holding the sky forever, Hercules outsmarted him and escaped. After completing all 12 seemingly impossible labors, Hercules was finally purified of his crime. But his story doesn't end there. He continued having adventures, joining the Argonauts in their quest for the Golden Fleece, battling gods, monsters, and even death itself. Hercules eventually found love again with Deianira. But tragedy struck once more when she unwittingly gave him a poisoned shirt, believing it would ensure his faithfulness. The poison burned Hercules so severely that he built his own funeral pyre and climbed upon it, ending his mortal suffering. Yet even this wasn't truly the end. Zeus honored his son by taking him to Mount Olympus, transforming him into a full god, and reconciling him with Hera. The moral of Hercules' story isn't just about physical strength. It's about enduring unimaginable suffering and still choosing to help others. What makes Hercules' story timeless isn't the monsters he defeated, but his all-too-human struggle with guilt, grief, and the search for redemption. He teaches us that true heroism isn't about being perfect or unbeatable. It's about continuing to fight for what's right, even when you've made terrible mistakes. So next time you hear someone mention Hercules, remember, beneath the muscles and the myths was a man who lost everything, suffered tremendously, yet still found the strength to keep going. And perhaps that's why, thousands of years later, we're still telling his story.